We're gonna paint the Christmas lights now, and there is a lot of different colors that I use for this. And the only rule of thumb that I did was I grabbed two colors that were similar, a lighter and a darker, and I used one of the lusters and one of the regulars. So you can see that if I turn them all sideways, one is a luster and one is a regular. Okay, so the lusters have mica in them, so that's why they're kind of shiny. And then these are going to be our base coats, just the regular polish. But really the first thing that we have to do is use one of the micas to paint the actual stripping green like you would see on normal Christmas lights. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors that I'm using here, plus white paint. So make sure you guys grab that out. I'm going to be using Sunburst Stickles, which I hope we make it with this one because it's pretty darn low. So I'm going to turn that upside down right now while I'm waiting to use it. And a toothpick and paintbrushes. I just grabbed a whole bunch of paintbrushes out because I knew I was going to need a lot of different ones. And I don't want you guys waiting for me to clean a paintbrush. And I think that's pretty much it. We're ready to go once you have all that kind of stuff out. So we're going to start with the green. Okay, and I'm going to go in pretty tight so you guys can kind of see exactly how it's done. So the green color that I'm using is going to be glitzy green to paint the whole base. And this one we can just do with the sponge, which I did not pull out, so let me grab that now. All right, I've got one of my sponges. I've got my palette knife. For some reason I thought I wouldn't need this, but I forgot about this part. So just go ahead and load up that sponge, pulling off all the extra material. And the micas, they go on really good. I mean, they are one coat wonders, which is kind of nice with these. Of course, I'm always going to do at least 2 just to confirm that I covered everything. There's no exposed chipboard. Now off camera, because I got in really tight, I was just loading up my sponge. Load up your sponge, pull off all the extra material. Make sure there's nothing on there. Okay, good deal. That is finished. So go ahead and wipe off your extra inside, seal up your green. That's all done, and set it aside. All right, and then let's just see if I can adjust this so we can use a different part of the paper so that's not so distracting to look at. There we go. I am going to tack this down real quick. Just for myself, I'm going to be doing so many steps to it that I want to make sure it doesn't move on me. Okay, so it's tacked down in 2 spots. And let's see, we can't see that last light bulb, but that's okay. I will adjust the screen when we go to do it, okay? So with these, we're going to be painting the different colors, and we're going to get out the ones that are the polishes, not the micas. So I've got bright sunshine yellow I'm going to use. I have lime yellow. I have ocean teal. And then my pink, which is, I believe, Indian pink. It's one of my faves. I do love Indian pink. And mine looks so crazy that you're going to need some water added, that's for sure. But I'm just painting, so I don't have to worry about them too much. So grab one of your brushes that you like to use. Doesn't have to be anything fancy for this. And we are gonna start by painting this one right here is going to be in yellow, okay? So we almost do like these three, it looks like in yellow. And then we're gonna do this one and that one in yellow, which actually one of them is green. That's right, it's green. Let me look at this picture up close because if I don't get it right, I'm gonna be mad. So, okay, I'm looking at a better little view because it's cut actually right here. It's cut. So with that, they look a little bit different. And my first color is going to be green. So I'm just gonna load up my brush with some green and then wipe some off. And this one right here, oh, I feel like this is wrong. This is green right here. So let's cover that green. And I want to kind of do all the ones that need to be green, get it all done, but I'm kind of guessing. So which one's which? I'm going to do them in order as I see them on the screen, and then you guys can kind of go through and, well, I know that this one's green. Look at, I hate not finishing up. Green. And then if I'm looking at these two, the one in the circle is green. And see how nice it actually covers over top of the other? That kind of surprised me with these, like how well it covers. And then we got this one green. Let's go out a little so you guys can make sure you guys can see everything. And with this, I'm gonna do at least 2 coats. I would do maybe even 3, we'll see, you know. You know, you want it to look really close to the color that you see in the jar. If you set it right next to it, you should be able to see the same color. If you don't see the same color, then you need a couple more coats. But you know what? That looks pretty good. So I'm gonna stop there. Now I think that's all my green ones, but don't, you know, let's get through some others before I actually confirm that. So now I'm going to do the blue. And my blue, it looks chunky just because I use these so much. This one is so full because I had to add a partial one to it. I got a new one and added it. So we're going to do this one right here, blue. And if any of you have ever toll painted before, I've never technically, I maybe I've done a couple things with toll painting, but mostly ceramic kind of stuff. So you might have a better technique or a better way to use these, but I was really happy with how they came out. So if you've got something better, ooh, please show me. I've always been impressed with people who could toll paint. I thought it was so cool. All right, blue here, and then this one here is going to be blue. And I think, yep, that's going to be it. There is only one. There's one more, actually. So this right here is blue. All right, there we go. Now let's give them all another coat. I thought I did 4 of each ones, but it's really actually difficult to look at the layout. So I'm really glad I'm doing this for you guys and to tell which one's which, because I cut it apart to have a little bit on the left side of the page and a little bit on the right side. It's a little thick there. There we go. All right, that should be it with the blue. And remember, you're opening these, make sure you add water to them. Super important. And then now I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a different brush here, and I'm going to do the yellow. All right, so the yellow one is inside here, so we're going to have to be pretty neat with that tip. And if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal because you can use that dark green over top again. This brush is probably a little too hard for what I'm trying to do, but it's all right. And I might come back with my green because I feel like I'm a little too wide right there. But that's okay because you have to do the tip too with the mica luster colors. So don't get too crazy, okay? All right, and now we have to do this one here. Oh, it looks like I used yellow to do all the difficult ones. And if you guys are doing yours and you have a little collection of the gilding polish, it really doesn't matter which colors you put on a Christmas light strand. Just make sure like you're doing, you know, 2 yellows, 2 blue, you know, something that's complementary to each other when we get to the next step. And then this one right here is going to be yellow. And these definitely need some coats. Okay. And there is only 3 yellow ones, and then the rest of them is going to be pink, I think. Let's see, if I do pink here, I'm surprised I would have put pink there. So did I make a mistake? Should that one have been pink? No. Look at me. This is pink. These two are definitely pink, but I have no idea what color that is. Let's see, blue, green, green, yellow, blue, pink. This one might be covered up on the layout because I'm not seeing it, which is really strange. Huh. Oh well, not a big deal. I must have cut it off. I'm sorry, it's been so long that I've done, last time I did these, and not only has it been a long time, but like I said earlier, I'm already working on February. Actually, I just finished February. And it's not even Christmas yet. Okay, so here we go with the pink. We're going to be doing a few coats, so I'm painting this pink, even though I don't believe we see it in the finished layout. You know, I cut it. Yeah, why am I so confused? Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. Because this is pink, and this is green, and this is pink. Okay, I got it. I knew I was wrong. So this is pink, and this is green. Lord, it is a long night. Let that one dry. And then let's go back and paint these. Until we get a nice solid color like we see inside the pod. And you can wipe your excess back in there. All right, those all look good. My green one. Perfect. All right, now that we have that, we are done with these unless we make a mistake. So make sure you add water. Now, for those of you that are using these, I like to use my dauber, or this came with the palette, 3 of them. And I just put a whole little thing in there depending on how much material I have. Every single time I open them, I do that. I don't stir, I don't shake. I just set it in there and I put them away. Now this one here is an opal. It needs a lot less water, so I'm just going to do a half of one for that. All right, so we've got these. They look pretty cute already, but we're going to go on to the next step, which is using the micas. Make sure you clean your brushes, do what you need to do. And let's get these open. All right, and then I just pulled out, like I said, a whole ton of brushes so I could keep moving with you guys. So I'm just going to use the blue, and we're just going to start painting the tips. And I did kind of, you know, get a little bit of material out there for this. This brush might be too small. And you're almost doing like like a little V kind of tip on it. All right, and then these ones are a little bit more like they need a little bit more time to set up and dry before we go on. So just do that first coat, and hopefully you've got some extra paint brushes and you can move on to the next one like I have. I'm going to do the green. Now I'm using pretty small paint brushes, but really they don't need to be this small. It's just what I had handy. All right. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, they're getting really small, my brushes. This one's a little stiff, but it still will work. Okay, and we're on to our last color. I don't know if that'll work. It's a yucky brush. I'm definitely going to go back and tighten that up so it looks more pointy. And I can clean these edges too, but not until we get it all on there. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see that one. I knew it earlier and then forgot. So let's go back to the beginning. I started with the blue. And that's great. I like how dark that looks on there. No technique, we're just applying it and we're trying to get a little bit of a V shape going on. All right, I'm gonna go to the green. This stuff dries so fast that with me not washing my brushes in between, it's kind of not liking it, but it's all right. You should wash your brushes in between because it's kind of drying on my brush. Okay, but that is what we're looking for. Just get that darker tip. So pink. Oh yeah, that's pretty stiff, gee whiz. There we go. We've got this one, but you've already seen me do them. All right, yellow. All right, I'm pretty happy with all those besides the blue. The blue is making me a little crazy. So I just want a better brush. I don't have, let's see. Oops, wipe this off. There we go, it's smoothing it out. It was like the brush was too small. I couldn't get it to push the material down. Okay, there we go. Let me smooth that out. Now that we have that, let's close these up. Add water. Don't forget to add water. I'm going to do mine later. I just want you to don't forget. The micas need a lot less water though, so a half. Okay. So now we're going to clean up that green. Let's see. Let's turn this over. Look at how nice that looks. It's super cute. I had so much fun doing these. So now with that, I want to just clean these up. So I'm going to grab out my green luster and use a brush. All right. There we go. that's it. Now we're going to move on to our white paint and our toothpick. If I haven't lost mine, oh goodness, it's a good thing I have more. All right, so then for these, we're going to do a little bit, get some stuff over here, there we go. Use the end of your toothpick, and we're gonna do, actually wrong end, let's try that again. I like the pointy end. I get a little dollop on there, and I do a dot. If you want a bigger dot, pick up more paint, but that is really good. So I did 2 on some, 3 on others. Sometimes 5. Oops, make sure you guys can see these. Oh, that's a lot. That's a big ol', careful with that. That would be a little messy. And actually, you have a lot of material on that toothpick. You can do a few. I like to add white paint to things. It seems to have, it gives it more life, a bit of a highlight. I'm just dipping my toothpick into my paint pod. All right, I can put the lid back on that. And that was the paint that I was using. We've used this many times before in other projects. Any white paint will do though. It's nothing special about this paint. I just like the container because then I can dip my toothpick in it. All right, so now that we've got the paint on it, you should let these dry. But you know I'm not gonna do that because we're doing a video. So now I'm gonna go back with my yellow and I'm gonna do dots. I'm gonna try to stay away from my white paint a little, but I'm doing quite a bit. If it gets a little bump or a little thick, don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. It's gonna dry flat. This is almost like the flowers we were doing at one time, where the glitter glue looks really heavy and then it dries out. Uh-oh. That Sunburst is my favorite Stickles color. And I was hoping I have enough. I run out of it all the time. I don't know why I don't bring 3 or 4 of them home at a time. No, 1 at a time. There we go. Keep going. I got another one here that seems pretty empty. Oop, that's a lot. That is a lot, and I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want to smear my white paint. Okay, so next time you'll see this, it'll be all dry, all flat, and all beautiful. not crazy lumpy like that. That's going to dry out. Oh, looks it's going to be a little lumpy, but it'll dry better. Okay, guys, so this is it for your pretty cool lights, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.